We often think of aging as a slow but inevitable collapse, a genetic surrender to time, gravity, and questionable lighting. By the time we hit our 70s, it can feel like our skin has given up, packed its collagen, and left a note that reads, "Good luck." But here's the twist that modern science is increasingly proving to be true. Your genes haven't left the building. They're still there, quietly humming in the background, waiting for the right cues to wake up. It's not that your DNA disappears with age. It's that it starts behaving a little sleepy, a little passive-aggressive, a little, "I used to care, but now I just moisturize and hope for the best." This is where epigenetics comes into play, because the aging process is less about genetic decay and more about epigenetic drift. Epigenetics is the study of how genes are turned on or off without changing the underlying DNA sequence. Think of your genome as a massive library of instructions, but with age, someone starts losing the index cards, sealing shut some chapters with tape, and putting "do not read" signs on others. This happens via chemical modifications like DNA methylation and histone acetylation, little molecular scribbles that tell your cells which genes to use and which to ignore. In youthful skin, genes responsible for regeneration, collagen synthesis, antioxidant defense, and moisture retention are all happily active. But as you get older, these helpful genes get silenced, while other less helpful ones, like those promoting inflammation or cellular senescence, get a louder voice. What this means, practically, is that the skin at 70 still has the genetic blueprints to act young. It's just not following them anymore. The right genes are there, but someone lost the instruction manual somewhere between sunscreen avoidance and a few decades of holiday sunburns. Now here's the hopeful part. Epigenetic patterns are not set in stone. In fact, they're surprisingly malleable. Lifestyle factors like diet, sleep, exercise, and stress management have been shown to influence gene expression in measurable ways. And more recently, topical treatments are being investigated for their ability to deliver molecular nudges that say, "Hey, remember how we used to make collagen? Let's do that again." Take vitamin C, for example, a longtime skincare darling with far more credentials than its humble citrus reputation suggests. Beyond its antioxidant duties, vitamin C is now recognized as a cofactor for TT enzymes that remove methyl groups from DNA. Translation: it helps erase those "do not read" signs that suppress youth-related genes. In keratinocytes and fibroblasts, the main players in skin regeneration, this can mean reactivating genes involved in cell division, wound healing, and matrix repair. It's not fantasy. It's biochemistry with a facelift. Retinoids, derivatives of vitamin A, work differently but no less epigenetically. They bind directly to nuclear receptors that regulate gene transcription. In effect, they walk into the cell's command center and start flipping switches. Turn up collagen. Turn down metalloproteinases. They don't just encourage skin to exfoliate, they push it to behave younger at the genetic level. Even peptides, the once maligned buzzwords of anti-aging marketing, are stepping into the epigenetic spotlight. Some signal peptides mimic natural growth factors that trigger gene expression involved in skin repair and barrier formation. And ingredients like niacinamide have shown the ability to influence cell communication and gene transcription related to pigmentation, inflammation, and elasticity. Lifestyle interventions aren't out of the picture, either. Exercise has been shown to reduce the methylation of certain age-related genes. A Mediterranean-style diet, rich in polyphenol, omega-3s, and antioxidants, appears to maintain more youthful DNA methylation patterns. And sleep, delicious, underrated sleep, helps regulate the epigenetic machinery that governs circadian rhythm and skin regeneration. So yes, your night cream is important, but so is going to bed before 2 a.m. for once. None of this means we're immortal or that skincare can reverse time in a sci-fi kind of way. But it does mean that your skin's decline is not a runaway train. It's more like a distracted driver, wandering off course, but still responsive to the occasional course correction. The science of epigenetics suggests that even in your 70s, with the right molecular prompts, your genes can be coaxed back toward more youthful activity. Not all of them, and not as robustly as when you were 25, but enough to make a visible difference. So no, your genes haven't given up on you. They're still on standby, waiting to be reawakened. With the right lifestyle habits, a few well-chosen topical allies, and maybe a little vitamin C whispering to your DNA that it's not too late to start over, your skin can still rewrite part of its story. Aging may be inevitable, but how your skin expresses that age, that's still negotiable.